Another brick fan here, we'll look at a collectible minifigure series. This is the LEGO Ninjago Movie series. This is set 71019 and was released in August 2017. It has 136 pieces, 20 minifigures, and each blind bag cost about $4. This is the first collectible minifigure series that I bought, and I ended up buying about 26 blind bags to get the entire set of 20. I've learned to take my time since and learned how to find the figures much better. If you'd like to take a look at any of my field guides, I've linked them up here on my collectible minifigures playlist. There's a lot of great figures in this. I think the Ninjago universe has a lot of very colorful characters. I think some of my favorites have to include the Lloyd as the green ninja right there in the front. There are 3 different versions of Garmadon, all pretty interesting. I like the look of Zane there with his backpack on. In that third row is all of Garmadon's generals. So they look pretty great in all of their various costumes. And then in the back row you see that sushi chef, which is probably one of my very favorites. I like the sushi printed pieces, and I think it's extremely clever how they built the sushi roll with a cylinder piece and then one of the printed tile pieces. Let's take a look at each of the figures individually. First up we have Kai in his kendo gear and Spinjitzu training Naia. As you can see, Kyle's carrying a bow staff and Naia has her katanas. Let's get these out of the way. Let's get the helmet off of Kai. You see that he has this really nice armor piece, this great training kendo helmet, but of course it covers up his entire expression. His torso is also covered up by the armor, so let's get that out of the way. So you can see the prints there. Both are wearing different kinds of gi. So this is a red gi for Kai with a black belt, of course. He's got some red printing down his legs, which looks really good. Naia, of course, is wearing a white training outfit, similar to the one which we've seen several times, but it's done in this nice with the black and gold trim here. I like her hair piece. Big black hair with a silver hairband in the back there. Moving around the figures, you see there's no side printing on either one, but they both have different logos on the back. So here's Kai with his logo, and this is the Master Wu training logo on the back of Naia. Both have black belts, of course. No alternate face for Kai or Naia in this case. Next up we have Lloyd in his green ninja outfit, and of course Master Wu. Lloyd is carrying a tablet here, which shows the plans for his dragon, which is a nice printed 2x3 tile. He also has a katana here, a sword with a tassel on the bottom, which is very nice. Master Wu comes with this cornflakes cereal box, which is basically a 1x2x3 high brick that is printed and then just a tile on the top. I think it's a really nice piece. I like the hat that Master Wu wears, and of course his very signature beard here. He is wearing this soft apron piece or soft kind of bottom of his robes, and I think it matches up pretty well with the printing on the torso, although the silver is much more prominent on the minifigure than it is, and the whites don't exactly match, but it looks pretty good. He has the printing for the sandals on the bottom of his feet here. Lloyd has his black and green gi on with some symbols across his chest here, some couple of gold accents. He's wearing a green belt, which kind of goes against, which has more contrast against the black uniform, I suppose. His ninja hood is in 2 pieces, So the top piece, and then there's a piece that goes around his neck to finish off the look of the mask itself. Moving around the figure, you see both of them have some arm printing with some wristbands, and then there's looks like there's a little bit of printing there to give a little texture to the side of Lloyd's armor there. The backs have these different Ninjago symbols, which I've never found any really reliable source that says what those stand for. There's a few references out on the internet, but I don't think Lego's come out with an official stance on what those are. No alternate face for Lloyd or Master Wu in this case. Once again, their arms do have the side printing on them. Take the hat off and you can get a little bit better view at Master Wu. A wrinkled forehead, some white eyebrows, and then, of course, his eyes and everything else is covered up by this nice beard piece. Next up, we have Garmadon and Jay Walker. Garmadon is in his full battle armor here, as you can see. He's also carrying this staff with a large, nasty-looking weapon on the top here. Just done with these spikes and some blades and things. Very intricate piece. Jay is carrying a selfie stick. So if you see on that, there's a print there of Jay getting a selfie in the outfit that he's wearing. Garmadon has this face print here on this black minifigure head. As you can see, his hat is kind of in the same style as Master Wu, although it's more rounded on the sides here. So it's a little more of a bowl type cap than the flatter one that Master Wu wears. His upper torso is what actually has the armor on it. So the shoulder pads and everything are built right into this upper torso that just has enough space for another set of arms for Garmadon. The bottom torso here is printed with some, looks like ribs, and then a blue belt which continues on down his legs. Jay has got this messy hair, got a big smile on his face because he's taking pictures. This scarf piece actually comes off. It just goes around his neck there. It's a pretty nice little scarf piece in this orange color. Then his jacket is dark blue with some orange and light blue accents on it. Looks like a white shirt underneath. A little bit of printing for his pockets on the front here. No side printing on either one of these figures. And on the back, the only one that has printing is this lower torso for Garmadon, which continues his belt around his waist. Neither has an alternate expression. But I really do like this Garmadon in his full battle gear. Next up we have Lloyd Garmadon having his breakfast, it looks like. And then Cole with his boom box. There's a little spoon piece and this nice little dragon emblemed. He has a spoon piece here and this nice dragon emblem bowl, which I think is a really nice little piece to get. He's also wearing a hoodie, which has his hair integrated into it, as you can see. Cole has this nice boombox piece that we also see in Series 18. And he's wearing a shirt here with some symbols on it. Got a longer black hair. It's kind of a little messy. I like the printing here. Both of them have belts and some pockets you can see on their pants, which is good. A little bit of side printing here on Lloyd with just a little bit of detail around his wrist there. Moving around to the back, you see that this is a World Tour 1985. A nice 1985 World Tour shirt that Cole is wearing. No alternate expression for Lloyd, or for Cole in this case. Kind of like Cole's expression here, kind of that hard rocker look. Next up we have Misako and Zane. Misako is Lloyd's mom from the movie, and she's carrying her nice little handbag here, which is done in this dark red color, no other printing on it. She has a really nice business look here. Her sand green coat, white shirt underneath that. Here's her name badge. Good printing that matches up quite well there along her legs. Zane is wearing this really nice sweater vest here. She has some aliens on it, it looks like. Blue shirt underneath, so he has the blue shirt and the blue arms. I think the color matching here is pretty good. Down his legs, he's got some printing with a belt, and then the printing on his toes is a good touch. Moving around the figures. No side printing for either one of these. However, you can see some printing around the side of Zane for his hair, which I think is really nicely done. You see these red tips here? These look like chopsticks that are holding Misako's hair back. You also get a good look at Zane's backpack here with a red bedroll and then the pockets on the backpack. Go around the rest of the way here. Now you get a really good look at these chopsticks here that are holding her hair back. And then the printing around the back of Zane's head. Let's move this backpack out of the way. No additional printing there on Zane, but there is the printing that goes really 2/3 of the way around his head with that kind of white pattern. No alternate expression for Misako. Get the rest of the way around here for Zane, and we'll go the rest of the way around here. These are the first two members of Garmadon's army that are included with the series. We have Shark Army General number 1 in this all black, and she has a pink beverage cup here, which here's a close-up look at her drink cup. The clear top and a straw. I think this looks really nice. The Octopus character has a shooter here. There's a stud shooter and then a silver fish as well. Both of these figures have really nice accessory pieces, with General number 1 having this really good cape piece done in a rubber type material. So there's a bottom cape and then this cowl that goes around the back of her. She has wonderful printing here with medals and all kinds of ornaments on her uniform here, and then the scales that go all the way down her legs, which I think looks really good. I like this octopus headpiece here for our Octopus Army soldier here. Take that off. You see that he also is wearing an air tank. We'll rotate around and see that closer. Good printing again all the way down, so it looks really consistent from his torso piece all the way down through his legs. Moving around, there is no side printing for either one of these characters, but you do see this air tank that our Octopus Army member is wearing. Interesting that you can see a little copyright thing here on the inside of her cape, since it is translucent. No printing on the back, so no alternate face for our octopus figure or for our general, as you can see. Her back is also plain, so no additional printing on the back of either one of these figures. Moving back around to the front, you can see the scarring here on our soldier. And this is the octopus headpiece, which looks really good. Looks like 5 arms in the front and 2 in the back, so our octopus only has 7 arms, it looks like. But I think once it's in place, it really does look good. Here are our next two soldiers from Garmadon's army. So we have Shark Army Angler on the left and Shark Army Great White on the right. Curious that the Great White has a black shark head, it looks like, but we won't mix words here. Our Angler has a fish with a mace on the end of it, a very aggressive weapon. Our Great White has this fish piece in black with a flame coming out of it. The headpiece here, once again, is in a soft rubber material of an angler fish with a little... The angler here is used to bring prey in so that the fish can capture it. Kind of freaky looking eyes with those double rings there. Nice mouthpiece. See that she also has a scar on the side of her face here. Distinctly female, of course. You can see she has the same air tank as our Octopus soldier did, but a completely different torso here with a bigger belt with some pouches on it and then some different printing on her legs. Here is the headpiece for our Great White. You can see it's got a dead battery symbol there on it, as well as some damage, it looks like, here on the nose of the shark. It's all black, as you can see. Really get a good view of the shark when it's in this position. If you look on the figure himself, he's got a very angry expression. He's got a lot of detailed printing here on his torso and on his legs. Again, showing a little bit of that kind of battle damage, it looks like to me. So there's some maybe burn areas down here on his legs. He is wearing a tie, interestingly, and some really big eyebrows. As we move around the figures, there's a little bit of detailing here, some more of those burn marks there on the bottom of his legs. You see that his air tank is separate, whereas our Angler has that one complete air tank look. No printing on the backs of either of these figures. Likewise, there aren't any alternate expressions either. Here's more battle damage on the side of his arm. It looks like his leg is okay in this case. So the opposite arm and leg have that battle damage on them, at least on the sides. And those are our 4 Garmadon soldiers. Next up, we have 2 representations of Garmadon. The one on the left is Flashback Garmadon from back when he wasn't the evil destroyer of Ninjago. You can see that he's probably on vacation. He's taking pictures with his camera. Here's a photo on this printed 2x2 tile of a volcano, it looks like. So that's their volcano home. It looks like he had a volcano home back in the day, just like he does now. It's regular camera piece here. Volcano Garmadon is wearing his volcano pajamas. You see the little volcanoes and clouds here. Like his son, Lloyd, he has got a cereal bowl and a spoon. His cereal bowl has this wave pattern on it that goes all the way around and is done in this sand green color. He is wearing his battle helmet in his pajamas, which I find kind of interesting. The heads are, of course, black with the printing on the front here. So Flashback Garmadon has a smile on his face, kind of toothy smile, wearing some sunglasses with this nice tan hairpiece. Our Volcano Garmadon has a big, more toothy smile, and his red eyes are very visible there, along with his big eyebrows. The helmet piece is nice. As we go around these figures, you see that there is more volcano printing on all of the arms here. for Garmadon, and then the short sleeve representations here on the sides of the others. You see this secondary torso piece is longer in the back than it is in the front, which is the exact opposite of the other one that we had before, which was representing his armor, where this kind of longer piece was in the front to represent the armor. Of course, no alternate expressions on either one of these. Same printing on this side. And I really do like this extra long tie on Flashback Garmadon. Next up we have Gong and Guitar Rocker and a GPL tech. So our rocker has this nice guitar piece. This looks good. I think this was used also in the Lego Batman Series 2. Alfred, I believe, was playing one of these. I think this hairpiece also came from the Batman Series 2 with the Indian Chief. Our GPL tech has a new one of these new laptop pieces, which is a nice little piece that doesn't have any coloring on it, but does have this keyboard inside, which is a nice molded piece. It does have a Lego logo on the front here, like you would see with a other type of laptop. She has your standard city cup here, and it looks like she's wearing a Batman t-shirt underneath her lab coat. The lab coat is really well done. It goes all the way down and matches up with the legs very nicely. Our rocker here has a grimace on his face. Maybe he's really belting out a tune here. He's got the skull and crossbones on his chest, the black pants and white boots, it looks like. Some good silver printing there on that. I like the glasses on our lab tech. Moving around, you see a tattoo here on our rocker. Dual molded legs on both of these figures. This nice long ponytail piece for our GPL tech. It's a nice hair piece. And then our rocker has an alternate expression where he's not singing. No tattoos on this side. Last up we have a sushi chef and N Pop Girl. Our sushi chef has a roll of sushi with him, which I see here's the sushi roll top. And there are two of those, so one for this sushi roll, and he's holding the other one. He also has this cleaver to chop up the sushi. Our N Pop Girl has this pink teddy bear that goes with her, conveniently in the same colors as her hair with the pink and light blue. Taking a closer look, the sushi chef is wearing almost looks like a gi as well, with some scroll printing on here. And I like this headband piece, just bald on the top and then has a headband going around. Very nice piece. Our N Pop Girl has a Unikitty shirt on. This very colorful skirt. Down below, the striping here for probably leggings, and then two different color shoes. I like the hearts printed on the front of her feet. Her hairpiece is also very nicely done, kind of a cotton candy look with this light pink and blue on either side. Looks like she has a big beaded necklace as well. Very happy expression on her face. Moving around to the sides, you see more of that good printing on her legs. It looks like the sushi chef has dual molded legs, and the K-pop girl has probably triple molded legs. So there's a white on top, blue on the bottom, and green on this side. More nice printing here, stars and hearts on the back of her shirt. Obviously our sushi chef does not have an alternate expression, and neither does our N-pop girl. Now that we've seen all 20 minifigures up close, let's go back and I'll give you my final thoughts on this series. As I said while we were looking at the individual figures, there's lots of great figures in this set. I think they did a good job at selecting a lot of the main characters out of the set. The only one they had in his ninja costume was Lloyd, although we do have Kai in his kendo uniform where he's practicing. And then of course Naia is also in a training uniform. The cereal box that comes with Master Wu is just a classic, and you've got to love the robe piece that he's wearing around his waist. I think that just fits in really well. Overall, a really fun series, and this was a fun one to collect and to introduce me to these collectible minifigures. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this collectible minifigure series. I'm going to get started on my next video. Until then, happy building! If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel to see more of my content. I've left a link to my collectible minifigures playlist up here on the screen.